Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
They can actually save this. It's a big stack of minions. Now Lucid, can you land the Q? That's the question, especially onto Henna. And there it is, first blood, going over to aiming. Kellen is going to burn down though. And a 1-for-1 I don't think was what Dplus were looking for. I'll still take it.
Yeah, definitely not exactly what they want. Not confident that he's necessarily going to be able to hit his Q here, so just goes straight into melee range. Dragon being taken, by the way, in live, but no fight over
there as well. This could be a little bit more realistic. Hextech Ultimatum is difficult to play around in a turret dive. And Lucid is just going to say, you're not allowed to press the button. And he's just chain CC. That was gorgeous.
Super clean, but can they get away?
Yeah, that's a good question. Nature's Grasp coming down as Kingen is going to get stunned up. Another cleanse out from aiming as a flash does come on forward. There's the twisted advance. Now that the CC was removed for the last one, and great ulti from Closer as Dawning Shadow comes in. Kingen actually able to get the kill back. That was insane. Going 1-for-1 in that moment, huge for Deep. Up those stacks for us.
Yeah, much appreciated. So stacking
he's a very tanky boy. He's a tanky boy.
You know, getting decently stacked up and going to be very difficult to kill in these team fights. He's going to start working towards that shortly here.
Well, Lucid going aggressive onto Closer, who takes a lot of damage. It's Leandri's power spike coming on in as that flash was necessary from Lucid to get out of the way, and now Dplus, they're going for it. The hook is going to go wide though from Kellen as they look to engage. I don't know about this one. Execute is, I think he turned off comms for that one.
And this is one of those, you know, lack of coordination moments here. And he's going to be here real quick.
Yep. Clear is going to be a little bit later. Doesn't have the opportunity to teleport either. But now he's going to make it to the mid lane. There's some flashes out from both of these supports. Kellen now potentially out of position. Lucid going to be able to lock down the Rift Arrow, but can they actually stay alive in the fight? As there's an Emperor's Divide, and if he wasn't a tank, he would have died before he got that one off. It doesn't matter though, because two are dead on the side of Dplus.
And again, you know, I mean, we're trading sides here in terms of the coordination. Just to disappoint you a little bit here, Atlas, but
oh wow, it's the Frozen Heart second.
Yeah, Frozen Heart second. He just wants to peel for his backline, but they spend so much time here and double teleport, and now a turret's down. Camille could still join this fight.
Oh dear, now he's going to go back, spends what gold he has, and then can get in at any moment. Going to teleport towards that top side of the river. And now Nature's Grasp coming through once again. Hook going to come down there as Execute needs to try and push them away. Lucid going to get chain CC'd. Emperor's Divide does come down. Lucid will survive for the moment as Execute. He goes in onto Showmaker. Willa almost burning down. Lucid on 200, but he might be able to grab the Drake, and he does so. Showmaker still alive and at about 50% as now this tank is actually working. Kellen able to limp his way out as well as Q lands, and Lucid goes in. It's a double for Showmaker, and now Henna has no option. He's going to be taken out as well, and it's a triple for the Azir. I have a feeling, actually, I was entirely wrong.
I gotta say,
Azir is the greatest champion. And Closer has to ult.
Yone can't really hurt him, you know, at this point in time.
I don't know whether anyone can.
I mean, the game might just fights on every single objective from here on out. You know, the game just eventually snowballs against you.
Oh, there's the flash. Has to be used this time around. Lucid going in. Kingen has teleported, and he'll just find the Gnar into the wall. All too easy to chain that CC together, and aiming will collect that kill. Man, that was there was absolutely nothing that Clear could do no matter what he did. Might have been
I suppose Clear could teleport in here, but they have no ward set up, and I think they just have to give this one up, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's 3 control wards in perfect position to make sure that Willa cannot get anywhere near this Baron. So yes, they'll take the inner turret and the outer in mid, as depth charge going to come down. Henna does make it to the brush, but that doesn't matter because he's pushed all the way back towards the inner turret. Henna will go down, but he does kill Showmaker. Execute going to be the next casualty though, as Kingen is just throwing these boomerangs around the team fight. Clear once again. He just stopped getting Gnar'd into the wall, and then he immediately finds another one as Willa desperately trying to get out of there. The unfun Mega Cone is going to try to get him to safety, but Lucid hops a ride as well. And I have a feeling Willa is going to go down. Resonating Strike comes in as the Honey Fruit doing its best to heal up the Miss Piggy, but she is still going to die. They're trying to block, and it's not going to work out because Lucid, he has got Safeguard. The mobility of a Lee Sin, ladies and gentlemen, as Dplus, they crush the fight after the Baron.
Yeah, unfortunately, no kill for aiming on that one, but I don't think he really cares at this point. The game may just be not to engage Baron. This was absolutely the right macro play, but unfortunately, everybody gets taken out here off just once again a great Showmaker play. His Riftmaker is now done. And, I mean, they've got Baron, they're pushing hard. FearX just on the back foot now, and they're reeling, and I don't think there's any way back in.
It's a really tough one. Closer has spent a lot of time inside, getting a lot of extra money. You can see he's about 30 CS up over Showmaker right now. His Hextech Ultimatum coming down. Kingen now trapped in the Hexagon, but he is able to flash out as it does dissipate. Decent kick there, but Lucid's really dead, as FearX invested a lot into that one, with Closer also pushing this top lane. Aiming getting to work now as the Nature's Grasp comes on in. The Dragons just oscillate over the map, and not too much is going to come from it, but it buys enough space.
I mean, someone has to deal with this. Yeah, this is not exactly what Dplus wanted to have happen here. They end up losing Lucid, and then there's just
27 minutes into the game means basically nothing as far as a lead, as long as a lot of the money is on the Camille and on the Yone, and they're able to keep control of side lanes. So they aren't, and they lose the top inner. So that is going to continue that lead, as Showmaker, I don't know whether Will is going to be enough to take him down, but with Clear and Execute making their way over, I don't think Lucid's going to get there in time. Empress Divide doing a fair bit of work here, but Showmaker is eventually going to die. It will just take a lot longer than it normally does to kill an Azir.
So, I mean, a lot of tools invested here by FearX, but also...
Yeah, and so Clear walks over many, many wards as he gets over. So they know this is going to be an honest 5v5. Is Kellen a little bit late on that one? Showmaker does tank the ulti, but the Nature's Grasp only finds the front line. Ult comes through there from Closer as well, but he may have gone too far. He's able to pull himself back. But Clear, unfortunately, doesn't have this. Well, he actually does. He's going to hook shot away.
They're too tanky.
They lose control of the Baron, and now Lucid going hyper-aggressive, now aiming, looking for these auto attacks. The Hail of Arrows does about nothing. Clear going aggressive onto Kingen, but he's not going to fall down, and Closer, he can't get back into the fight. And you're exactly right, Wolf. They're just too tanky.
No one's going down. No one's taking damage. Closer goes in for the ult, and he's just whipping his way out. He survives due to some of the lack of damage on these champions at this point in the game. I mean, still, frankly, the Azir does a lot of damage. Senna is so well protected that she's going to do a lot of long-term damage, and Kingen, even though he's also building pretty tankier with the Randuins, he hurts a lot. So there's just too many threats. You can't kill all three of these damage threats, as Willer's going to be pushed away. Oh, maybe not.
He is in the pit. That's scary. It's now down extraordinarily low. Who's going to be able to get the smite is the question. They just want to... He was just allowed to walk in and steal their lunch money. It's like they gave it to him. Still, they're going to grab a double kill, so it's not really going to be that many Barons on the map outside of... Now, Execute doesn't...
Willer, it's just Willer things, you know? If you're going to try to play 50-50, this guy is going to stop you. No real secure here, unfortunately. Aiming, or rather, Lucid has already used his ult. And over here...
Yeah, now we've got more things happening. Clear is going to be ulted back from Showmaker, who uses his wall to hookshot to. Just don't think it's going to be enough, as he's just thrown around like a beach ball. And Execute, yeah, not going to really be able to do too much here, as the Hyperprocs are going to rain down, and it's a double kill for the Azir. 7-3 and 5 now for Showmaker, who does have that Abyssal Mask that I spoke about with such frustration molding to about this. So he might have like an opinion, a reason as to why it may have worked this time around and didn't the last time.
I mean, I didn't watch the last game, but it made, when you mentioned it to me, I was like, actually seems pretty sick here, and it definitely has been.
Well, it was definitely really sick here. It's absolutely right. As now Closer looking for that flank angle, will get walloped, but otherwise he'll be okay as he does go back to that soul, rebinds.
The Rift, and this is just them trying to set up something here. They get caught.
And it feels to me a little bit, okay, Closer is just going to die. Lucid gets in the way, and that is going to be a dead Yone.
I mean, this is a 32-kill game at 33 minutes.
Yeah, this is like extraordinarily bloody. And there's a Chemtech Soul with this particular Azir build. If there's ever a time that it's going to look bonkers, it's in this exact scenario, especially with how extraordinarily strong he is, and he finds the ultimate onto 3 in the backline. This is going to be the last fight of the game, as aiming untouched, just able to shoot them like fish in a barrel. And there's a Gnar into his own turret, and Clear is going to fall down as well. Kingen picks up a double. And yes, Showmaker does fall down in the end, but that just shows that he utilized his tankiness to 100% of his ability. The Nexus is going to go down as well, and it felt like a Juggernaut composition. It felt like he was Azir, but actually...
So you really need to have a lot of control, and what Twisted Fate is often going to give you setup on objective control, because not only can he push sides really effectively, but he also can, of course, reveal all champions and then flank.
With Bang's skin here as well, is going to have free reign, at least for the next little moment.
Yeah.
And, all right, there's the headbutt back. Kellen in trouble. He's burning down. Willer in position as well, as they don't manage to get the knock-up, and I don't think that anything was really going to come of it anyway. Q going to land as Willer.
They got a good trade, and then unfortunately Dplus just continued to opt in. And it's just a good play there on the bottom side for Henna and Execute. Execute so good when he can actually have that agency as Showmaker.
All right, Willer is just going to go in. He needs an extra auto, and he's going to find it. The last turret shot doesn't come down on Willer.
Kingen is just sitting on his Doran's Blade, and he is 20 CS up. He is threatening plates with these mini waves crashing through. He's having a good time as Clear has just been left on an island by Willer. It's working out so far. We'll see if that continues.
Taking their Gromp away. He's going to be able to do so, as it does lose its patience. Another Hex Flash being channeled. You love to see it from Execute. Now they look aggressively for yet another one. Hail of Arrows coming down. The battle for the Gromp is in. There's the Emperor's Divide, though, onto Closer, who is going to get pulled back. Does have a decent shockwave there, but it's not going to be enough to save him, and he will be taken down. So Showmaker gets his revenge.
A really good call there to go in for that play.
Greaves that he has put together. Execute, though, also here. So 3 versus 1. It's going to be a tough one for Kingen to get out of. Does almost find a gold card, but it's not going to work. He is just in the blender. And Clear will get slowed down momentarily, but he gets out of turret range. So really nice. The top lane. Good little gank there from Lucid to make sure that that flash was gained. And just in time for a potential fight around this Hextech Drake. And Lucid's not done yet. And now Clear, underneath his turret, he's not going to be safe. The Magnet Storm comes in as Willer. Just a little bit too late. Teleport comes down. There's a shockwave under both of them. The teleport from Closer, just so incredibly good. The Destiny gets Kingen out of there, but the horse not so lucky. Like, if we get an Infernal, that is a whole lot of fun.
They want to maybe set something up here onto Clear once again. He's reading this really well with obviously his jungler being bottom side. They get double dragon here, so...
Yeah, Closer, I think he smells that there is something that could be a little dangerous. Now Willer's going to turn up just in time. The quickness comes down, but Closer just gets out of there.
Yeah, Willer actually kicking Kellen to prevent him from actually getting anything done with that ult.
Oh, special delivery. There's the Orianna delivered to them. Underneath the turret, though, goes Showmaker. Thank goodness. He's so tanky. May not be tanky enough, but the Magnet Storm saves his life. Gorgeous play from Willer, and it's a double kill for aiming. Yes, Henna manages to obliterate the bottom side of the map, but Dplus, they're not concerned.
He's building it first here, so I do like that. A lot of control here. Kellen also bottom side, by the way. They might look for a dive here if they can bait it. Not going to happen.
Oh, Kingen just happily walking out of the way of things. As in goes Kellen. They do manage to find the charm. There's the knock-up. See whether he actually has enough damage, as Clear does find the knock-up onto Kingen. And is it a double? As he flashes for the blue card, and that is going to be enough to lock it down. But 1 for 1, you'll take that if you are Clear.
That
really
was
nicely played.
Very risky play there from Dplus. If the Aatrox gets 2 kills there for free, I've seen that one before, where the Aatrox on the enemy team of Dplus gets 2 kills and the game ends.
Execute. Well, they're going to look for Henna first, as the Flash Emperor's Divide does absolutely nothing. The Magnet Storm is going to be in, though, and that should be enough. As Showmaker, he tanks up a whole bunch of sticks, but they're not pulled out, and it's a double kill for aiming.
I mean, aiming is just getting so much value out of these skirmishes here with Showmaker and Lucid over and over and over again. Suddenly, he's actually massively ahead of Henna. Henna was like, I've got your whole turret, I'm winning lane, I got that kill earlier on. Nah, it doesn't matter. Sweet spot here onto Kingen, which was super nice, and almost is able to get him, but now he doesn't have cooldowns anymore, and Kingen's able to flash and kill him before those come back up. Meanwhile, over here, Execute just really far ahead. Oh.
Well, okay. 700 gold going over to Clear. It was delayed, but they got him in the end.
I guess so. I'm not sure how that one came to pass, but I guess a replay will tell us.
He might have been a flashless Twisted Fate in a side lane. That may have been part of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're going to get the charge here in mid lane, as Dplus do secure the dragon.
Yep, Execute coming from behind the turret. Is going to try and headbutt them away, but now he's very, very low. Does have the ulti, but Kellen doesn't seem to care too much about that, as the last tick of Ignite will take down the cow. Now Dplus without a large amount of Fox's utility.
Yeah, a lot of
might be able to get some work done.
Gone. That was a questionable choice, but man, Kellen is aggressive this game. He is
everywhere.
Stuff.
He's like, Execute keeps making all of these crazy plays. Guys, is that what I'm supposed to do? And they're like, I don't know. And then he's like, it is. And then Henna is going to get caught from underneath the turret. Aiming and Showmaker kind of popping off this game, as Lucid going to get kicked back towards Clear out of the sweet spot, which is a little bit of a shame. Magnustorm coming on in as the World Ender comes down, and now Aiming has caught up to them. Execute in position, but the Chains of Corruption are going to be able to lock down the cow, and Aiming locks down the Aatrox as well. And now Showmaker getting in there with these Sand Soldiers. Willa just trying to safeguard for his life, but the crash down comes in, and he's slowed by the hail of arrows and pierced by the Q. Nicely done there.
You can take the
turret and look at the bubs. It's little void mites just eating away at it. It's disintegrating.
It's so annoying to deal with, and
also like it's once again Twisted Fate. We were talking about this yesterday. It is the quintessential win more champion, as Willa, he's in trouble. Kellen looking for the opportunity, gets right on top of the Lee Sin with that quickness, and there is the W-empowered Q. Good flash from Execute, but the Emperor's Divide's better. The Magnet Storm too, as Henna and Closer both just die clear, trying to be the hero. 1,000 gold, but he may go into the grave immediately afterwards. Kingen will turn up in the nick of time. There's the ace. That's going to be a Baron. And what did they get? They got Aiming.
And there's clearly something going on in the FearX coaching department where they're saying, don't play slow.
And he's even got a gun. This Twisted Fate is ludicrous at this point in time.
TF passive, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's got a lot more money as Edge of Night value right there. Gonna block the gold card as now Kellen looking for a flank angle. Showmaker is teleported in. Emperor's Divide hits two, gets them off the Azir. Doesn't quite find the Shifting Sands, but they find Willa regardless. And Showmaker is still chasing them. His frozen heart working as best it can. Shockwave lands onto two, but that's just going to delay this push forward from Dplus. With their Baron, they are going to now move to try and break open this base, and Fox's health bars are not going to be able to stop it. The Void Mites as well helping out. Look at how many of them there are. What the heck is this as an army? It's a Void army.
It's a Void Mite army, and it is just going to start ripping through the space.
Oh, okay, Lucid. He's taking a little bit of a journey to the fountain. Not sure whether that one was optimal, as Henna is going to be able to grab that kill.
Alistair the counter to Rel.
Yeah, there we go, nailing it. Chains of Corruption are going to connect here as Closer in trouble. Now ticking down, but does get himself the shield from the safeguard. Pulverize comes in there as Kellen still looking to try and peel. Gets the double knockup for free. Willa dives into it. And that's Kingen locking down the kill onto Henna. And now there is no damage left. There's no opportunity. And look at the cleanup the Destiny Gate gives you. Clear does come back again, and Closer's also respawned, so Showmaker could be in trouble. Oh, never mind, Emperor's Divide comes down, and I stand so corrected. Tank Azir is not balanced even a little bit, Wolf. This is the most ridiculous build I have ever seen, and is way too strong. Someone get Freak on the line. We need, like, it's an emergency.
Damage you could put off with Karma plus Ziggs. You can get through a lot of those health bars, and squishy champions like the Senna, like the Twisted Fate, can be very vulnerable, to be honest, to that kind of follow-up damage from the Ziggs. If this was a...
Looking for it as Pleda's making his way in. Pleda is everywhere right now. Let's see whether Keen is going to... Oh, yes, of course he is. He presses Ghost and just starts walking around. Pleda not going to be able to find it. So Sponge getting to work on these bubs. Should be able to get some work done there. And Canyon...
Now, but he's going to miss the window with the lane swap coming through here to grab him on the back. At least this should be Teddy getting some gold here with Ziggs left alone in a side lane with this lane swap. It's actually pretty smart here for DRX to actually get some additional gold onto Teddy here. Really cool macro play. They will have to give up the Dragon for this, but the Ziggs picking up also the Kevins. 6 Kevins on the Ziggs on the side that has no answer is actually a really big threat, and I don't think he's going to get the satchel range here, but he's getting close, and this is pretty scary.
Oh, yeah.
Now after 1330. But, I mean, this turret lives because of the Ziggs ult, and they actually might turn this into something.
Yeah, they're looking for Keen now, not able to get the stun, and he gets healed by Pays as well. The gold card comes in, Dawning Shadow down as well, and Rascal's not quite able to get it done. Pleta now running for the hills, but Chovy's going to catch up to him. Oh no! Sponge delivered, but the tower is still shooting. This is dangerous, but obviously not dangerous enough, especially when your Nautilus is as tanky as this.
But But 2 turrets might go down for this. They bought at the winning plays, and I think they definitely overextended up there. But a mid-turret goes down for Teddy. Again, he has so much money in this game. He has almost 500 gold worth of plates, and Satab is going to get this bottom turret. So actually come in here and try to take this one away. Chovy doesn't have teleport.
Yeah, Canyon now looking for an option here, and he's just going to turn it. Pleta definitely is one of those. Does have a decent shield, but Canyon's going to close the gap. Picks up the kill onto the Pike now, as that's a lot of damage. In goes Sponge, he finds the kick, but Canyon turns it! He's got the shield from the passive, and that's 4-0 now for Gen.G. Satab grabs one back though onto Keen as FearX. They're sticking to it, but Lens is so incredibly tanky, and I don't even think K'Sante can do enough K'Sante things to help this one. Even the Rift Herald gets amongst it as the Emperor's Divide lands onto Teddy. He's a bit of a monster, but not enough. Canyon goes down because he was battling a turret here, and the Sand Soldiers getting very aggressive. Somehow Pleta, he's back here once again. The Dawning Shadow Flash was very cute there from Pays, and they take down the turret as well. Pleta gets out with the help of the Blast Cone. Gen.G 6-2.
You don't have to look for picks. You don't have to look for burst onto single targets. Just play around your win con. Now they're going to try to desperately take this dragon, but Tay doesn't have ult. He's not here.
And they are going to pull away. Chovy in the back of the pit now as Sponge just trying to take aggro off. Chovy already taking a lot of damage. The Malignant's Q does come through there as Keen throws out the gold card onto Rascal, who absorbs it. Oh, Dredgeline just barely missing as the Bone Skewer. That's going to land. And another Q, this one going wide from Satab. And Mantra going to be up very, very soon, though, as Teddy's waddling down. And this Drake, this one's going to be important. Soul Point is big as the Mega Inferno Bomb goes down. The Drake is secured by Lens. Supports and taking dragons this week.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
At this point in time. Yes, they have a scaling Ziggs, but the Karma is not going to get better, especially against this center composition. As Gen.G, they just pull themselves back. And it's just like the ease of execution advantage for Gen.G is also a huge thing, right? Like they can just play front to back, they can play sides, and they can get vision at any moment with the Destiny Gate as, oh dear, Teddy's dead.
Yeah, speaking of Destiny Gate, gold card, chain CC, so easy to pull it off when you have this much control after a group where you had to be ready to slow fight and win and start stacking them up as, oh boy.
Yep, there's a hook. Depth Charge going to come down as well, and there is no Sponge for this fight. I have a feeling that this is just going to be Infernal Soul for Gen.G. Of course, knows that, and he is just going to back away. And so Bounty's on the Rift. Baron has been up and available for about 3 minutes time, and I think Gen.G, they might even go over there. As, all right, Satab's just really dead.
That was a mini game to see who could get the kill. Pays with play now because Satab isn't here, and Teddy, I mean, he's got ult, but even with these 2 items, he just doesn't do enough alone.
All right, how much is it going to take to kill Lehens? Do they even kill Lehens? As the Baron is going down as well. Who's going to die first, Lehens or the Baron? It'll be the Baron, and Lehens then dies immediately afterwards. But I think that his sacrifice will not be in vain.
No, certainly not. I do not think they mind it even slightly.
No, as Canyon is going to get spotted, but just does so much damage to Pleta as Rascal also in trouble. Chovy and his Sand Soldiers are just obliterating this K'Sante. I have seen tankier looking K'Santes, I'm not going to lie to you, as now Pays is ganking. This is pretty cathartic for a center, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because you're much more used to just being punched a whole lot of
cool, but the second you lose that one fight, I mean, they just are playing, ping pong with your champions. You don't want to be the ball.
Whoa, max range hook is going to connect there as Sponge once again going to go down. Lehens also probably going to go down as he decides that he'll accept the outcome, as Keen is just destroying structures, as TF absolutely loves to do. This inhibitor turret going to go down as well as Chovy looks for the angle. Gold card flies in as Satab just blows up. Cinders fly everywhere, and Gen.G base broken in 2 places. 25 minutes looks to be the timer for this game to be over.
Yeah, I mean, single target damage is insane, as you can see, and there's just so many different ways to lock people down. And as you mentioned, Rascal's not even that tanky, so even he's not going to last.
Chovy flashes in, he finds the Emperor's Divide on 2. More explosions as these cinders erupt onto the Rift, and K'Sante also going to go down. Somehow it's Chovy that gets that kill, and then limps away with 100 health. Then, will they be able to get over there and maybe steal it with a Mega Inferno Bomb? Who knows? Kickback does come on through there as Keen looks to try and get out. It's not going to work, but it's also not going to work for Sponge. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. Chovy also just splitting as these Nexus turrets in trouble. And Satap, that's one auto attack from a Sand Soldier.
Chovy voted no. He said the Elder's not going to spawn before I kill the Nexus. He wants to end it while also threatening the Nexus turrets.
Yeah, Bone Skewer going to go wide there as DRX still fishing for any opportunity.
75. Yeah. 75 seconds on the Elder. Atlas is going to be close.
Well, I mean, the Elder might spawn, but I just don't know whether it's going to get any attention. That's all I'm thinking. As Sponge, oh no, he is going to get snared. Will survive for the moment as Lahan's a brick wall as another kick does come down. It's Pays that's the target. All Out is going to be executed, and Pays just going to flash away. Manages to, in fact, get the kill onto the Cassante, and I think that really does spell how this game is going for DRX, as Chovy is tanking Mega Inferno Bombs and will eventually explode into 1,000 cinders. The Nexus should do the same thing, though, as Keen, he gets to be in the picture. The Destiny Gate does come through, and now he just gets to stand and play bodyguard, as this Nexus will be taken down. Gen.G, I mean, I think it was a really good attempt from DRX, but Gen.G just too good in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Elder, 24 seconds to go. They won the race.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it was a very, very one-sided affair. The second that third dragon fight went poorly, let's say, for DRX, so they just were not ready to set up for that. They were walking in, well, they didn't have enough vision. Gen.G punished them there, and that was the moment where early overextend into this champion that is so good at chasing down and getting kills with her ultimate that if you go in on the Zeri on, say, second or third Drake fight, you think you're going to kill her, and the enemy team gets a triple with Zeri, the game just...
I think you're supposed to pick it up when it comes back to you. Instead, he just sort of like taps it, and it goes away again.
Keen might get it. Yeah, give those to Keen.
Hey, there we go. That's it. At least someone's going to pick it up. As now Lahen's, he's in the Dragon Pit. Chovy's going to come on over as well as he dives on forward. Oh, God, no!
Oh, no! Okay,
it wasn't quite a Zeri moment, Wolf.
No,
there we go. There's the, I mean, he got assists, but he didn't get any of the kills, so it's fine, right?
Yeah, I'm not ready to certify that one. Really tough to play out from here because, I mean, I can't even say it. It's happening. I'll show you right here. They'll show you.
Well, Satap, that's how you get him out of that. And Canyon is going to close the gap with a safeguard. That actually looked really cute. And a hook is going to come from downtown as Canyon is going to miss the Q. Good knock up there, but Pleta not actually able to find a kill or anything like that in response. It's all just defense here for DRX, and it's offense for Gen.G as Lands misses the hook. And so maybe they'll survive. Never mind. The Q's going to land from Canyon. He safeguards forward, and he has a blast cone there as well. Q once again. That time it's flashed.
Meanwhile, Rascal is losing up here, unrelated.
It's just, it's bad meeting worse. And I think Rascal might be the target here for Lahan's. Oh, goodness gracious me. Just cut the video as Teddy's going to move forward. And lands Chains of Corruption. Might land a Q there as well, but I don't think they're getting a kill off the back end of this one. Satap moves in. Chovy dives on top of forward. And lands Chains of Corruption. Might land a Q there as well, but I don't think they're getting a kill off the back end of this one. Satap moves in. Chovy dives on top of Teddy. And now Pleta's going to join in once again because the respawn timers are pretty short. And Satap able to grab a kill, but does immediately go down. There goes the perfect game, and that's an instant double kill. Here for Teddy also. Keen's got a decent little circle, but there's the triple. Okay.
All right, we got it. The rare reach. I feel like Gen.G are just torturing DRX in what has been an extremely demoralizing game. And then they try to demoralize maybe perhaps a little bit too hard here, as it ends up being multiple kills for Chovy, so still pretty worth it here for Gen.G, as meanwhile...
Yeah, Rascal may be in a little bit of trouble here. Plate goes down, and so does Rascal. He is trying to Cassante, but that is a kill here. 1-0-2 now for the Zeri. And it hasn't been happy gaming for Pays, right? He's just been sitting down on the bottom side of the map, you know, situation. Still, we'll just have to see whether they can rally and find an opportunity here. It's just looking very, very
The good news is he was able to avoid the Q. The bad news is his turret's going down.
Yeah, I just like can also avoid the Q though, so
true.
That's cool. Just
thought Sponge existed, but I actually want you to look at it a different way, where there is no Vi on the enemy team, and she is a full item down on me at 14.
No, seriously, 45. Look at the items. It's absurd. It's more than a full item.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Canyon is going to get ulted. So Cease and Desist comes down. That is the full chain, and he is just eradicated And now they might have an advantage here. A lot of damage is down. Pays relatively untouched for the moment, but Satap just finds himself in the blender. That is going to be some bounty gold as Sponge is now trying to flash away. Rascal, oh, he doesn't find it. The reaction time too good there for Pays. And Chovy is going to help shut down the Cassante. Teddy now is underneath the turret, but I just don't know whether that's going to be relative safety. It is. Never you mind.
Tab is able to scare them off with that one. They get out of there, and if he had come a little bit earlier...
Oh, good news.
Okay, yes, bounty gold.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bit of extra money. The Rift Herald diving towards the turret, and they will capitalize on the bounties.
There you go. Teddy still gaining money.
Uh-huh.
On that one. That was the good part of that.
If they did manage to get that Q, I guess, from Rascal, then maybe there's an opportunity.
Horse, I think game 1 we had a pretty good early game. Game 2, Canyon said no. And we've been kind of along for the ride ever since, unfortunately, in this one. Canyon maybe in danger?
Oh, yeah, Chains of Corruption are going to land. So once again, a team fight breaks out with a kill under the Lee Sin. And now Lehens is going to look for Sponge, who has moved into the enemy jungle. Dangerous positioning, but still not in position to punish this time. Really big gold lead, but it hasn't gotten bigger. Satap, 5-point strike, going to connect onto Chovy there. A little bit of extra damage, but you can see the Sand Soldiers also really scary. They take down the turret. And now DRX, can they go for the re-engage? Oh no, Pleta! He misses the knock-up, and Lehens, he's there with his own. Pleta's burning down. The cease and desist is going to be ignored entirely. They will not cease, and they definitely did not.
The whole time as well, and Canyon is back. He is here. He has ult and flash, and he wants Teddy.
Oh dear, there is the kick. And the connection, actually, as the Zeri taking a lot of damage. The all out from Rascal, who's now diving after the Zeri, who just turns it. Satap does lock down the kill onto the Azir in the backline. Not entirely sure what happened there as Canyon misses the Q. That would have been a very dead Akali. But instead, they're going to look to the turret. Danger is Pleta. He's at full health, but he's not that dangerous. There, oh my.
Okay,
how much health did he have?
I'll certify
How much health did he have?
It's got to have been like less than 50, right?
That is, he just held up
at 9 kills in this game. So, I mean, there's that. They're going to do Baron here at 21 minutes, and they have complete control.
Or they're just going to kill Cassante. They might do that first and then do that Baron thing, as Canyon is going to follow the Q. Sponge thinks it might be his time, but no, it's Pays' time, as he does throw down the ultimate. Slightly shorter cooldown on this patch, ladies and gentlemen, is now Q going to land once again, this time under Teddy. Pleta, he's out of dashes, and he is now out of health, as Emperor's Divide is just going to be used to complete the ace here for Gen.G, who might just be done with this game.
Maybe it is a 4 Azir POG.
It could just be that.
I don't know. I think I still have to.
Like, he died those 2 times, remember? And the first time they won the team fight, but the second time, he just died. So maybe it is. Maybe it's just the Chovy angle. As the Nexus will just be going down here. Cease and desist does come through once again here for Sponge, but it's just a celebratory press of an R button before this game is done and dusted. I think they are just going to have to wait on their fountain for this one. Double kill for the Zeri. A double kill also for Teddy, and make that a triple. Canyon is going to just say goodnight to the game, I think. He waits a second to see whether Chovy wants to grab another kill, but Gen.G, that was blinding.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.